I'm always talking about the ethical, surgery, obviously. Not everyone is a candidate, unfortunately, for a hair transplant surgery. And sometimes you have to have this difficult talk to kind of pursue them maybe against it. Pretty sure you're getting this quite often, this kind of patients. And what is like a red line essentially for you personally when it comes to saying no to a patient? Is it like a donor? Is this specific age? At what point that you firmly would just gonna deny the surgery essentially for a patient?
I know other surgeons may have like specific rules about this age or this or that. For me, it's really about, does the guy understand? It's understanding. Like if he doesn't, if you're talking to him and he has an idea, like I had a patient once early on and he was wearing, you find this often with people that are wearing hair pieces and hair systems, is they're used to this really high level of density, this really amazing hair system. I've had quite a lot of patients who have gone from hair system to hair transplant and been happy. But occasionally, I think this one guy we met, and he was just like, you explain, yeah, you've got a good donor, you can do this. There's definitely options. You could have the hairline here, not there, hairline here, and we can move this and that. And maybe we'll do another procedure later to do the crown a little bit more. But let's see how far the donor goes with one bigger procedure. And then, the talk will go on for a while, and the guy will just keep bringing up a picture of, yeah, but that's what I want, and you're like, yeah, you're not going to get that though. You don't have that face. You don't have that structure. I mean, it's all about whether the guy is happy with the procedure at the end of it. If he goes through the process, he gets to the result. That's the way I look at it. I mean, if I'm going to get to the result and the guy's going to come back and he's going to be thank me and it looks good and I'm happy to show this off to somebody else in the industry and they think it looks good, then we can go ahead. You say a guy is quite young and he's got a the crown only. Okay, and he's got good density at the front. He's got good density around the back and sides, but he's lost his hair at the crown and he's young and he's not on medication. Then and he wants, like, you need to push, because I've seen guys like that where someone's put in 3,000, 4,000 grafts into a crown and got it look amazing. And then I had a patient once who they did that, and then 5, 10 years later, he's starting to thin at the front, and he came, very casually and was just like, yeah, they did the last hair transplant, looks good, but now we got to do another one. And I looked at the back and I thought, well, yeah, I mean, we could do another 3,000, 4,000 grafts to repair the the front, but the crown is just so dense. It's so dense, and they've used the best graft, like the first pass. Like if you're doing the procedure properly, obviously you take the best grafts in the first go. Why wouldn't you? So I just thought, well, we did it, and we got it looking pretty good in the end. But there was always this issue of, why the hell did they do this crown so thick? So if I'm going to do a crown, if it's the first stage, early patient, young patient, you have to kind of get that kind of education and understanding about, we are building something that's unstable. Like, this crown is going to get bigger. You are going to lose more hair. So what's that going to look like then? What if I make this too thick? It's going to look ridiculous.
You're going to look like an island of hair, essentially, yeah.
Exactly, and an unnatural island of hair, an island of hair that was put there by man, not by birth. This didn't happen. Imagine somebody completely bald, and just imagine them with a hairy crown. Once I say that to people, they usually go, "Okay, I get it." I don't want to do that. So let's do the crown, but let's think about it, and let's do it let's accept the minimum density, that we can get away with, where it still looks good, but if it's not going to cause us any problems for the next transplant.
Yeah.
So that's the other one. Is this guy wanting me to do something that's going to cause me a problem in 10 years down the line when he comes back? And if he does, then it's not right, really.